Just some history about Shannon Vineyards. The brand is Shannon. It's an old Irish family name. The Downs family, which is our family, married into the Shannon family in Ireland 3-4 generations back. And what we agreed upon many years ago was that we would keep Shannon as a second name. So for example, my father is Keith Shannon Downs, my brother is Stuart Shannon Downs, I'm James Anthony Shannon Downs, and even my sisters have Shannon as a second name. So there's always a link, a lineage to the brand Shannon Vineyards. We are third generation, my brother and I, in South Africa. My father came to the Elgin Valley when he was 21 years old and has been farming this piece of earth, this terroir, for just under 40 years. So he has lots of experience and also lots of wisdom about the different seasons and the weather and how things grow to keep the balance. I myself came back in 1999. I'd been doing marine biology in Scotland for 5.5 years, working a lot with genetics and selective breeding. So I used the scientific background to research the clones and the swirls before we started the project, and then obviously that's why we researched the vineyards for 7 years before we made our first commercial wines, just to make sure that we fully understood the terroir that we were working with. At that same time, Stuart was working in Chile, where he was doing international marketing for some major Chilean brands, and has been there for 15 or 17 years. And is of course now heading back to South Africa to live permanently in South Africa. So from a family perspective, Shannon originates from Ireland. We carry it as a second name. My father has the wisdom and the experience. I have the scientific background and I'm responsible for the vineyards. Stuart has the marketing background, international marketing background, which is so important in terms of servicing the industry. We rely on two very good winemakers that have a very natural approach to winemaking. And the big thing for us in terms of a philosophy is we truly want to try and identify the characteristics of this terroir, of this area, and its maximum potential in terms of winemaking. And that's why we keep things very simple, and we do all the work in the vineyards, because at the end of the day we want to put Elgin on the international map as a premium wine growing area.